Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the second channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be covering FUT Esports versus Team Heretics. This game is a banger. So I only watched like some brief periods through this because again, I was busy on the Sunday. So I'm excited to watch this for the first time without really seeing what goes down properly. So yeah, it's got to be probably the best game, which everyone's been asking for me to cover this game. So hopefully my breakdown will serve you guys well. I don't know. Maybe you guys learn some things. Maybe I learned some things as well. But let's dive into it then. So, Hot Potato, Berry first pick. Of course, Berry's one of the best picks in Hot Potato because it's just so easy for him to dash up, down the side, get damage onto the safe with his gadget, etc. So, in terms of first pick bans, we see Cordelius, Lily, and Lumi. So, all of those brawlers are very, very good in this meta. And the kit ban is pretty interesting from Heretics. We did see a bit of kit in Hot Potato on monthly qualifiers in EMEA. So, let's see what FUT answer with. You can see here Jero selecting in the final stage. They just seem very quiet FUT. I mean, they always are super calm and quiet and collected whenever they're playing and drafting. So it's always interesting to watch them. So we see a Miko and an Ems. So Ems definitely has been seeing a bigger rise in play rate. Like, not anything crazy, but she's developed herself in the Hot Potato meta, in double swoosh, and I feel like maybe like a couple of other maps, maybe like one other map. So probably pushing her from the F tier to the D tier. I think I was a bit too nice putting her in the C tier, but Ems, yeah, she is pretty good in Hot Potato because if she gets onto the safe once, like 3 pieces of ammo, I think can pretty much take 25% or close to 25%. It's a lot of damage on the high safe, so that is nearly 1 shield. And of course, she's a good defender. She can scout the grass easily. She can defend against tanks decently, and with her super charge rate buff and some other buffs that she's been receiving down the line, it's just made her a bit more usable, a bit more handy. So Kaze, again, Kaze is a really good brawler in the meta, especially when you've got such a good tank and assassin player like Lenane, who even with the hardest of matchups, he'll always get you some value. And then they go with the Charlie. So they've got 2 aggressive brawlers and the Charlie for defense. FUT, they probably could go with the throw themselves here. I feel like Barley would be a good option, but they need something aggressive as well. I mean, there's no Bull here. Don't see any Bull. Don't see any Daryl. I mean, they got Draco. Okay, yeah, I forgot. How did I forget about Draco? Draco is insane on a lot of Heist maps, but in particular Hot Potato and Pit Stop. I don't know why I weren't thinking that whatsoever. So, yeah, you can see the common theme here in Heist again here. We've got 1 defender on both teams and 2 somewhat, well, damage dealers or aggressive brawlers. So, in terms of the draft, I don't actually think it's completely lopsided in any team's favor. I think this is just 2 solid drafts here. It'll come down to just pure team play and whoever can defend better, Charlie or the Ems. So in terms of Ems, her matchups are Kaze and who's the other one? Berry. So it's quite actually hard for Ems to deal with. But as I say that, Meow, I forgot how good Meow is on Ems. Weirdly enough, like Meow down the years has played a lot of Ems. He's always been good on this brawler or like this brawler, so maybe even so more so of a comfort pick here. So Em's going to be good as well with his speed. She hasn't got a gadget here to play with just yet, but just in time and able to get another kill onto Kaze. So Ems is defending really well here, especially in a 2 versus 1 situation. And Jero's just been able to get free Heist damage against Charlie easily because Charlie doesn't have that quick burst DPS to deal with a Miko. So like even if she lands a shot, like look at this, it's not really that great to defend a Miko. You can see here, like eventually she's probably going to get him down, but other defenders could quickly burst him, you know, especially when he's out of ammo. So really good work there from Jero, but Chaos and Lenane have been working their way onto this Heist safe pretty well. You can see Lenane just proving to be such a hard kill, and Chaos going to finish the game off pretty easily there. So as I was highlighting how good Jero was playing, like the camera moved so I couldn't see how much work Team Heretics were doing on the safe. So that is just Lenane with a constant pressure. He knows, especially with Ems, there is a gadget cooldown, and if he can get back into the action quick enough, he can get on top of Ems pretty quickly because there's no way for Ems to defend herself without that knockback gadget. So yeah, the pressure was just too much for Ems to handle here. I think the main problem actually was with Nawi. I don't think I've really seen Nawi like cook up anything in that round, but if he can get onto the high safe a little bit better here, or you can see they're just going up here, which is probably a lot better. They want to turn this into a base race as much as possible. Now he's getting some really good damage on the safe. This is much better for him. Actually, some really good jukes as well, and he gets like an extra 3 shots onto the safe as a result of that. So now they're in the lead in terms of the Heist bubbles, so they can probably just continue on with the aggression, especially once they defend this. actually well. Chaos is doing a really good job of getting some extra damage onto their save there. So, but still, they're still leading in a sense, because that Heist bubble is only going to get taken down now. Gyro should be able to push up and get some extra damage onto the save. But Heretics are on the offense here. Chaos with another gadget. And Berry's just too good of a brawler, it feels like. Just his berry pick alone is winning them the game, because one gadget on the save, that's one Heist bubble down. So Heretics, they're going to win this one quite cleanly in the end. The start always looked in favor of FUT, but I think the Ems pick just couldn't deal with the two aggressive options from Heretics, and that's what it came down to. I don't know what different brawler could have gone. Maybe you should have got Charlie yourself, but yeah, Ems just wasn't good enough as a defender. Heretics take that quite comfortably. Let's hop into the next set. But into the second set here, we have Gem Grab double swoosh. I was about to say, we're not having Heist again surely here. We can see the bans here. So in terms of good first picks, we see the Sandy, Lily, and Tara. Tara is becoming an ever-present pick inside of Gem Grab, and you've seen her played in a few other situations on Ring of Fire as well. So yeah, just banning the Tara. Sandy as well is a really annoying brawler to face off against. The Amber ban, so maybe I think when you have first pick yourself, there's not a lot of really strong late pick brawlers, so you just tend to pick maybe brawlers that would counter your first pick. So that's why we see an Amber ban, so maybe they were trying to go Tara themselves. We've seen Ash ban, which maybe, I'm trying to think what other brawlers they like. I mean, maybe they wanted to go the Draco, or you get what I mean. That's what I've been seeing a lot. The team that has first pick target bans so much. So I completely forgot about Kit. How did I forget about Kit? Kit, no matter what the game mode, really, you can just first pick. It's just insane. I know it's double swoosh, and it's probably you might think tanks might be able to overrun a Kit, but Kit has always been good on double swoosh, because if you're down the left hand lane, you could just sit there, your gem carry is next to you in the middle, and if anybody wants to push up, by the time they push up, Kit has super, Kit can just stun them, and your mid will just get a free kill. It happens every single time. We're not saying it's the most broken strategy in the world, it's just always been known to be a good strategy, and now that Kit has a hypercharge, it's just even easier for Kit to be an option in the draft, or just, well, yeah, the hypercharge is broken, so you get what I mean. Even without the hypercharge, it's still valuable. So they go with the Kaze, so I don't mind Kaze on double swoosh, but I just get the feeling that there's better assassin. Whenever I play ranked, I'm yeah, she's good, but I feel like I can counter a Kaze. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just an idiot. So of course now they need a gem carry that's good into Kit, and this is where I would be stressing. So they go with Janet. So Janet can be good, but you need really good timing. So you see a lot of Janet right now in gem grab, because people are starting to use the jump gadget, so that can help you against all of these assassins and aggro brawlers. So you use the jump gadget, so if Lily wants to hypercharge on you, you can maybe time it right, jump out the way, Kit hypercharge, jump out the way, etc. So yeah, just a bit more survivability, and that's all you can really do in gem grab. Again, this is why I want so many brawlers to be nerfed. So they go with the Ali. Okay, this is interesting. So I wouldn't think off the top of my head that this is the craziest Ali game, but I'm not a good assassin player, so I would trust Lenane in that. There's a lot of assassins and tanks that you could probably be looking at as a late pick, and they go with the Ali. So again, I'm taking notes here. I thought maybe here, you're against a Kaze and a Draco, surely there's an anti-tank that could cook up something disgusting. But yeah, if you want to use something aggressive yourself, why not just give Lana the aggressive brawler? So we go Ali here onto the Kaze. Is Ali a good counter to Kaze? I'll have to note that down. So get some good value there, Chaos with the kit, and now then can kind of juke his way out of there. The only problem here with the composition is that I feel like Draco might be able to charge a lot of supers up in a row, but you can see Chaos and Zarve just combine really well there and get the easy takedown. So Meow already using Invis with Kaze, and that should be Zar going down, but again, this is just the problem with gem grab right now. All the gems just get spilled so easily. It's just constant aggression. You can see here again the kit and Lana going together. I mean, Lumi doesn't really feel like a good mid here, because Meow is just getting free kills every single time. But now Chaos has hypercharge. He's going to use it on Jera. I don't think it's going to get the kill, just eventually get the kill. And now Zar with his hypercharge. This is just pure chaos. I don't know about you guys. It might be really fun to watch for you guys, but this isn't the Brawl Stars that I love. It must be so stressful and annoying to play in this gem grab meta. It's horrible. Just going back and forth, the gem carrier constantly dying, no way for them to defend themselves. I'm not saying the gem carrier should be undefeatable, but we shouldn't be able to like, there should be this many aggressive hypercharges and brawlers that can kill the gem carry with these every single time. So we're going to be able to get the takedown onto Naui. Maybe not as quickly as they would have liked. Hypercharge super coming down from Meow. I mean, that's okay, but I feel like he should have probably just kept on to his hypercharge and used it with ninja form, because that could have just led to an easy kill onto Zar. So he doesn't really get much value there. He switches to his ninja form a little bit too late there. Zar's getting some really good supers here, but seem to not really be capitalizing on it. Lane in a really risky spot there, manages to stay alive, and now he just needs one gem, 9-9, but now he has hypercharge. This could be disastrous for Team Heretics. It's looking like a solid win for FUT. So yeah, they're going to win this one just thanks to Draco's broken hypercharge. So yeah, it's just a battle of the hypercharges, isn't it, at this point? So hypercharges pops from Heretics, but I don't think there's enough time to really do anything. Jero's in the air, and yeah, I mean, how can you even really summarize that game perfectly? Like, I just don't think there's really much strategy involved. I just think it's like whoever can just get the right moment with that hypercharge button, and it'll just win them the game. It's just as simple as that, really. Like, who has, like, who's just caught lacking at the wrong moment? And I mean, you can't really, like, the only way they could have countered the Draco there is if they had Kit Super. Like, I don't know when Kit Super was last used. Like, that's the only criticism you can say. Like, that's the only way you can counter that Draco hypercharge. Insane. So yeah, good start again from Heretics here. With the kit, it's always just too much for the opponents to deal with. I mean, he's cycling a lot of supers, and that should be the takedown here. This is actually much better from Heretics. I feel like the kills are a lot more clean. There's a lot more teamwork going down. So Chaos does a good job there to get his hypercharge already. So he's going to look to get a free kill onto specifically the Janet. So really good super again here from Naui. This is just looking like a really good, like, team composition from Heretics. Like, again, they got like 2 brawlers that can root you in your spot, essentially. And then it's down to, like, trying to get a swift takedown. So I feel like that Ali isn't actually doing as much as I thought. I mean, he's going to get the takedown here, but I feel like there could have been still better picks than the Ali in this situation. I feel like it's just more the kit just doing all of the work in a minute. It's not saying that Lenan's playing bad. I'm just thinking, like, the Ali pick is not really as strong as probably they would have thought. So Chaos goes with the stupidly long range super. That was a crazy jump. Then goes down again here. So this is looking pretty bad for Heretics. Just one more gem is all that FUT need after this next one, and they've got a hypercharge to play with. Let's see if they can do it in time. Okay, if we can't get that next gem. Interestingly enough, Jaro's using the vision gadget, and I'm just seeing so many pros use the other gadgets. So Jaro actually uses super without hypercharge here, and that could really cost him. That feels like a small error, but that's actually a big error. He doesn't use his hypercharge super. That could have, like, got the kill after Meow or whoever went down there, and now Chaos can just jump on here. Hypercharge super goes down, and to me that feels like a bit of an error. Like, I feel like they should not have lost in that situation. That was a little bit sloppy gameplay there from FUT, and I think I don't know, like, that just didn't really seem right. That just didn't seem right. Heretics are able to capitalize on that mistake and maybe get some momentum into this next round. So it's just constantly back and forth, though. This is, you can't even call it a game of chess. It's just a game of, I haven't got a good analogy for it. It's a game of whoever can click purple button the fastest. It's just very messy, very messy. I'm trying to think of an unskillful game. I can't think of it at the top of my head. Alright, Meow can get an easy kill there. Chaos going to look for the jump. It's going to allow him the kill onto Draco. And Zor gets a really good super onto the mid there. Okay, this is just insanity what I'm watching right now. This is actually like gold rank games. I'm not even joking at this point. What is going down? What is even happening down there? Let's just trade after trade after trade. It's just hilarious to see. Please give me my game back. What happened to the game that I love? Okay, Meow goes for a much better super this time around. I feel like he was playing good on the Kaze, but I feel like he weren't getting, like, hypercharge value that he probably could have been getting. Now he gets rooted there, pops gadget at the right time, and does get out, and he has his hypercharge available on next respawn. Meow goes to pick up these gems. I feel like Zor is cycling so many supers right now. So many supers with Volumi. and Linnane's able just to clean up and get the gems at the perfect time. So FUT have a good opportunity here with Hypercharge. Feel like he popped it maybe a bit too early there, maybe in anticipation of that kit. Does manage to get Zard down, but Linnane can easily just get the gems, and he just runs back to spawn because he knows even if he dies, Zard's going to be safe because he has the respawn bubble. Now he tries to get out of here. He pops his super and a gadget as well. Chaos is so weak but gets to jump in time, and Linnane just cleans up at the perfect opportunity. And again, it is so messy. So I think, yeah, Heretics are just going to be a lot more aggressive this time around. They don't really mind if they die. They just need to get some kills, get some damage down, so Linnane can defend himself a little bit better. So he actually goes for the kill there on the Janet, which was very, very risky, but just in time, he manages to survive. I mean, look how cool he is from the... I mean, actually, he's not... He knows that was just so intense. He had to do that to win the game. I think if he died there, they would have lost. That was an insane set. That was absolutely crazy. Right, Heretics 2-0 up. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into set number 3, we have Brawl Triple Dribble. So let me take a look at the bans. So we see a Mortis ban on Triple Dribble. This leads to me thinking that they want to go thrower of some sort, maybe. I don't know. Mortis can be a good late pick. Maybe it's something in the FUT stats that's saying like Mortis is like a really underrated pick for them. Again, like I just don't really know. Willow, Lumi, and Hank bans, so pretty standard bans overall. We'll go with a Cordelius. Yeah, Cordelius is great into everything. Good into throwers, good into assassins, good into as long as there's some walls that can help him close the gap, he's going to be getting the value. So I'm interested to see what FUT reply here with against the Cordelius. This could help me learn what to use to counter him, because again, I'm like struggling to really counter Cordelius in this meta, specifically because my teammates just seem to feed Cordelius super too easily. So we go with a Charlie. Charlie's I'd say pretty decent one, especially in the past. I remember using like Tara and Charlie to counter Cord just to tank a few extra shots and help me in that 1 versus 1. And they go with a Kenji straight away. So this is very interesting. Kenji into Cord. Is it good? I think it can be decent. I think it's more so because I think it's Naui that plays Kenji. Is just such a good Kenji. And Kenji's pretty underrated. Yeah, I won't say underrated, but probably underused in the meta because he's really, really strong. They're going to go with the Amber. So I don't like that personally. Amber on Triple Dribble. I think people tend to look at Amber and say, oh, she's a good draft brawler. She's pretty good into everything. But I just don't really like Amber on Triple Dribble or Brubble. In that fact, there's something about it. Like, she won't be a terrible option, but I just don't think she finds the value that you would probably get on like a gem grab, where in a specific lane she can just focus on that 1 versus 1 and be annoying, or in hot zone where, you know, super just literally helps you get the zone. So if I go with the cars there as well. So when you look at it, I don't think the Heretics composition is anything like horrible, but I think it leaves gaps in the draft for sure. I don't know who I would go here into this. I'm trying to take a look. Kit somehow isn't banned out here, which is crazy, but we can't really go Kit into Cordelius. So go with the Stu. So Stu again is pretty good into Cordelius, I would say. Overall, you don't really see Stu being played too much, but yeah, Meow is looking stressed at the moment. He is slumped on his chair. Get that back posture up, boy. Okay, there we go. All right, speaking of Meow, he needs to come back to Twitter. Don't you guys agree? Like if you agree. Okay, got into this draft. I simply literally think FUT's composition is better because I just don't like the Amber. I just don't like Amber. I know Amber's a good Charlie counter, but I just don't think it warrants picking it on this map. You might think, oh yeah, it's pretty good on the lane here, whatever. Like, Kenji is going to be really good against this Amber, especially at wall peeking and everything else. So Meow somehow misses that shot there, and that's going to punish him on the kill. Could have literally that shot, missing that shot made him die. So Ladane's using the other gadget here, which probably need to start using a bit more because it gives you that extra health boost when you swap. I like using the invisibility on like jam grab, bounty, whatever, because it helps you cycle your super, but don't think you really need that on a map like this. So Chaos, who does he put in the shadow realm here? I didn't even see. I think he put Naui in there. And then he's going to try and get some aggression onto his Stu. Also, Stu's a good counter to Kaze that I found as well through my time on ranked. So maybe Stu's going to make a bit of a comeback in the meta, just a tiny bit. I feel like it's not like a good first pick anymore because his hypercharge just takes too long to get. But when you're looking at an individual brawler matchup, Stu's always going to be that guy. He always is. So now he's already got his hypercharge, by the way. This is just some filthy Kenji gameplay. I feel like this is one brawler I need to learn to play a lot more, a lot better, because he's such a versatile assassin when you think about it. If like, look at this comp. Like, you would not think off the top of your head that this is like some disgusting Kenji game. You just wouldn't think it. Look at his survivability. How did he survive that versus a Kaze in a 1 versus 1? Again, maybe I'm underrating Kenji into a Kaze here, but now he's just seeming to do so much. So Hypercharge going to go down. Might seem like a waste to some people, but gets him an easy goal in the end. And yeah, so Hypercharge is going to be coming in from Heretics. So this is what I mean by Brawl Ball a lot of the time, is that you can get a hard worked goal, and then the opponents can just all have Hypercharge selected, but there's already 2 Hypercharges down. They do manage to get some good control from it, but they didn't get the goal they were looking for. So maybe Lena can make things happen with his Hypercharge, but now he's doing a really good job of not feeding him super at this point. Meow pushes forward, gets the Hypercharge super onto Zar, gets the takedown as well. And I just don't think there's got to be enough health from Lena. I mean, I can appreciate the effort. Just maybe if Chaos got super in time, then that probably would have led to a better chance, but things just weren't adding up there for Heretics. So again, I think this all has to come down to now we just absolutely pop it off on the Kenji. Maybe it's a good Kenji matchup. Maybe now he's just him. But yeah, I just think he stole the show there. And the Amber's not really doing a whole lot, is it? Like, if Amber's pressured, she can't really make any impact on the map. That's always how Amber's been. Like, she's getting no value. Her value comes when she has complete control and you're trying to push into her. But if she's constantly on the retreat, she can never really defend herself. Even with the Dancing Flames gadget, it's just not as good as it used to be in the past. So now we already the double hit super as well onto Amber. That is devastating, and for him to cycle so many supers, Lena uses his super as well to no effect. I think Heretics are on the back foot pretty early here. So Chaos misses a super as well onto Kenji. This is not looking good for them. Now he's just breaking everybody's ankles. He pops super so quickly as well. That is the German ping, and Meow as well with it. That is just insane. I can't believe how quickly that Kenji super just flew out, by the way. Like, he literally hit it and spammed super straight away. Got it straight out. So another super already from now. He's got to be so close to this Hypercharge in like 45 seconds. Yeah, he's going to use it to defend himself against this Amber super. But that Chaos could probably put him into the Shadow Realm now and get a kill, but he goes for Meow. Great takedown there. Good discipline, to be fair. But now he's just what? He's just getting he's just hitting every super possible. Like, I don't know about you, but my Kenji supers don't hit every single time. I mean, I actually missed quite a few of mine. He's just hitting every single one without worry. And then again, like, so cleanly dodging that Amber super. Amber's just not finding the value. It's just completely wasted draft pick, in my opinion. And now we can just go on the aggression here with 1 minute left. They're kind of chilling, to be honest. They've got a Hypercharge to work with Kenji. He's going to use that early on Amber, but maybe he saw value there. Okay, Chaos going to get the kill. Yeah, Chaos is playing it pretty good, but he's not really finding much value here. Like, his only good matchup is Kenji, and the other 2 brawlers are just too good against the Cordelius. Meow's going to use super here on the Amber, and that's going to be the win. Okay, I think that clearly... I mean, that was just now we diff in a sense, but it was a really good draft there from FUT overall. That was just insane. Bro was not even phased. He just pulled out the Kenji game of his life. So, yeah, that is set 3 going towards FUT. Masterclass from Naui. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the 4th set here, we have Hot Zone Open Business. So, they are standing on business right now, and hopefully FUT can take this to a set 5. In terms of the best picks, Lou, Lumi, and... Cordelius. I think Lumi, when I looked at the stats, was like the most banned or picked brawler. She was like always picked and banned no matter what. That's just because, like, there are counters to her. Oh, there's a few counters. Very, very few. But it's just more so the sense that she's just good in draft, because she's good into everything. So brawlers like that will always get picked and banned the most, and that's just why what makes such a strong brawler, and why I heavily favor a lot of my rankings due to like pro stats. It's just as simple as that. Like, if a brawler's being picked so much, they've got to be strong, because there's hardly any counters. So they go with a first pick Draco here, which I really, really like, because again, like, people have been sleeping on the Draco even since the Hypercharge nerf. You're still going to get a lot of Hypercharges. They go with a Hank. So again, like, I'm actually unsure why FUT didn't first pick the Hank, because it's literally perfect Hank map. But Draco's good into Hank, so I don't know about that drafting with Heretics. Maybe they just, sometimes in pro play, you have to pick up brawlers so the enemy team can't pick them. If that makes sense to you guys. It's just like, because if they get Draco and Hank, it's pretty much over at that point. If I go to Finks as well, I really like Finks in open business. So go to Kenji again here. Okay, this is looking pretty scary for Heretics, I will say. And what else can they go in the middle? Maybe like a Crow. There's Charlie still of it. Okay, we'll go with a Crow. I promise you guys, I have not seen this draft here. I think I've seen I think I've seen the last set, or like a glimpse of like one of the sets, but I didn't actually see the draft here. So they've got Crow and 2 tanks here. What can you possibly go against this? Thinking like Ash. Is Ash? Oh, Ash is banned. That's why they banned Ash then, because I always think Ash into Draco is really, really good. Yeah, good luck, Heretics. Good luck. What would you go? They go with a Shade. Okay. Shade can be good into Draco, but what I found with Shade is that, yeah, he's going to get a lot of value, but I feel like he also feeds a lot of other brawlers. Like, I think I had a few ranked games where it's been like Shade versus Draco, and Shade wins the matchup a lot, but then Draco farms a lot of hypercharge for free, and then his hypercharge just equals way more pressure and just way more kills than Shade's. Like, it's just disgusting. So overall, I don't know, I like Heretics composition, but I would definitely lack the power from in comparison to FUT's composition. So Hank's going to use a slow gadget here. Of course, he's going to use that against the tank, but it's going to be hard for Hank to really do anything into a Draco here. So I'm surprised they're not trying to swap matchups a little bit quicker here. Now he's getting so much value into this. Maybe they just like the Kenji matchup. Oh no, see, Kenji's going to start to go over. Zor completely misses that super. That was a really early super there from Zor. And now he's going to lose ultimate control in the end. Now he has a super available already. And yeah, Finks isn't going to get that much value against a Draco super there. Any brawler with a lot of projectiles, if anything, it actually, like, it doesn't buff them, but it also makes the damage, like when you run into them, you can just die so quickly. So for example, like Emz's attack into that Finks super. So Zor with a good slow again here, but I feel like he's going to get overwhelmed pretty quickly. Doesn't actually land much of the super again. This is just because of, well, this is Meow on the Kenji this time around. But that was just a really well played dash to get out of that range. Jero with a hypercharge super, and that's very rare for a Crow hypercharge to just do that much damage. But all the control has been mainly in Heretic's side. They are just getting so much zone time here, although like Zor and Lane don't seem to be like getting team wipes or anything. I just think slowly like Chaos has just been in the middle a lot better than the Crow. But I think FUT have adjusted here. They realized that they're not getting the zone time that they should have gotten. So Meow again, I feel like it did get a hit in there, but most of the time you just don't want to use your Kenji super when the Finks has his super. It just leads to wonky interactions here. But FUT at the right moment, they're able to get the kills, get the supers, get the hypercharges at the right time and win the game. There's nothing that really Heretics can do in this moment. Okay, again, this is just the power of Draco. It's just disgusting at this point. When are we going to talk about Draco being like a top 5 brawler again in the meta? Like, I think we need to ask that question right now. His hypercharge is disgusting. It may take him towards the end of the game to get it, but every single time I've seen a pro player get his hypercharge, it's equal to win. It's just plain and simple. There's like no counterplay to it. It's absolutely filthy. It's just so good. So this time Kenji's going to go on the Hank. That is just pretty standard now. I feel like it's been months now since Hank's been meta, and people have realized Draco's just so good into Hank. Everyone should know that. And also Crow's good into Hank, guys, if you didn't know, because if you're poisoned up, you can't really use your Hank super effectively because, of course, it nerfs his healing. So, like an underrated counter there as well. So I don't think Hank's really going to have the best matchups of his life in this situation. I don't even know if Lana got his hypercharge last round. I just don't think he found the value that he was probably looking for. Okay, Zor can finally get the kill there. Jero's going to jump onto Zor and does get the kill, actually. I was about to say, that was still a good jump, to be fair. I don't know how he even survived that. So now his job here, try and push up the map a little bit. Let him pops his hypercharge to get 1 kill, which is okay, but when you think about it. Hypercharges, especially shades, you probably want to get a little bit more value than that if I'm being super critical. Chaos manages to weave out of Jero's crow attacks there. I mean, I don't even know how I managed to not get any damage there. Jero's going to pop hypercharge just to push up and get a little bit of pressure. Doesn't actually get his super in time, but I guess that was the perfect moment to use it to then get control. I mean, yeah, I don't really like it when people waste hypercharges, but they got him control, so can't really call it a complete waste. So again, Meow does actually manage to land a shot, but uses it when thinks that's his super, so just takes so long and gives so much time for Heretics to move out of the way. That Draco super, hypercharge as well within the I think super is just still absolutely disgusting. So now he's going to work his way onto Zar. Zar pops hypercharge, doesn't, well, yeah, it lands a little bit of it, but I feel like it's just not really taking down as many brawlers as you would probably hope with Hank. But Heretics need like 13% here. Lenane's going to pop his hypercharge, pops his super as well, manages to stay alive, but FUT just doing such a good job on the zone. Here comes Zard. Don't think there's enough really from FUT to take him down. How on earth did FUT just manage to take him down that quickly? Chaos manages to get on the zone, but doesn't get the last percentage, and FUT managed to win that. That's insane. How did they just manage to win that? Like, what? What did I just see? I feel like I need to like go back and just see. Excuse the mechanical keyboard noises, by the way. But I need to see what happened in his dying stages. That was such a good comeback from FUT. It felt like Heretics had that in the bag. Zar has super and everything. When does he use his super? Well, he used it a little bit too early. But like Chaos just about to get on the zone. I swear he was about to get that tick. And FUT managed to climb and claw things back. Wow, that is that's one of the best hot zone games I've seen in a long time. Right, so that's going to be the fourth set going to FUT. Let's jump into the fifth and final one. As moving on to the fifth and final set, we have Bounty Layer Cake. And I don't think I watched this one because I don't remember watching any Layer Cake. But Mr. P first pick. Yeah, Mr. P is a pretty solid pick. Squeak Ban as well. Squeak very, very good in Layer Cake. Might be surprising some people seeing a Mr. P first pick, but not really myself. I see a Brock ban, by the way. Maybe they were hoping to get a Bonnie because Brock just seems to be a good brawler into Bonnie because of a jump. Cordelia's banned as well, Kenji and the Willow. So Kenji's a really good brawler on Layer Cake. If you guys saw the monthly qualifiers, we've seen Lenane literally pop off multiple times with it, especially on this map. He literally carried Heretics on his back. So we're going to go with the RT straight away. Like, I don't mind an RT on this map, but RT into a Mr. P isn't really a good brawler, so question marks about that. We go with a Kaze as well. So Kaze is not the worst thing in the world, but again, maybe in my mind, like Juju's not a good brawler, but I'd have liked to have seen a thrower maybe into Mr. P, like a thrower and something else, thrower and assassin, thrower and a snipe, like just a thrower and something. Because I still feel like with Kaze, you do feed a lot of Mr. P in terms of his super and whatever else. But yeah, Kaze is still a good brawler. Just RT. Like, here, FUT could go like 2 brawlers to counter the RT still, and then he just would get no value. So let's see what they go. So we go with a Gus. Okay, Gus, good into Kaze because pretty easy. Well, not good, but not the worst thing into Kaze. Easy to hit shot. But now they need some damage. We definitely need some damage here because Heretics could easily go like an assassin or just anything. Well, I feel like they'll go aggro here, actually. I know there's a RT. They need something for a bit of pressure. They need damage or pressure. The problem if they go damage, then Heretics could go with a late pick thrower or something. And that would be disastrous. So let's see what they go. Carl. Okay, yeah, they go something aggressive instead of what I was thinking. So yeah, we go with a Carl. Carl can still get good damage. But again, maybe they've gone for that because if they went damage dealer, they'd just get countered too hard by that late pick. So Carl's going to be good on Bounty because of Blue Star. FUT have always liked Carl in terms of their draft. They've always got safe brawlers FUT. That's why maybe I feel like they've not really fallen off, but they're not as powerful as they used to be because a lot of their strategies, like they've not changed up their like main brawlers, if you get what I mean. Whilst I think other teams just have like such a wider brawler pool, and they're going to go with a Shade last pick. So I like the Shade a little bit. I don't know about the Shade matchups though. I do like the Shade. Normally Shade is like the best first pick on this map. So again, Maybe Shade is falling down in meta a little bit because I didn't really see Shade pop off much in open business as well. But let's take a look. I like both compositions here. I don't really like the Artie. Like, Artie's not going to get a lot of value into this, to be honest. But I always like Gus and Mr. P on this map. So Zar is going to go invisible here, and he's going to get a bit of damage. I'm surprised. I think Carl didn't go for the mid-star because Kaze is so good at the beginning in Bounty. Like, you can just dash forward like crazy, pop your invis, and you could be like down any lane. So Zar's going to get pinched down here, and that's going to be a clean triple kill from FUT to gain a lead. And as you guys know, in Bounty, it's just very hard to gain the lead back. So Jared's actually using the fire gadget here, so maybe they just knew. Like, I thought they picked Cole because literally for that blue star, but maybe they realized Kaze is always going to get that blue star before him, so I'm just opting for the damage gadget instead. And I guess damage gadget's going to help him against Shade and Kaze, well, against all of them, because there's a lot of tanky brawlers. So Zar, it's going to go really weak here. I don't know whether he's going to die to the fire. Well, no, he doesn't go down to the fire here. But Lenane's really struggling to gain his super. A lot of the players, like Meow and Naui, are just pinching him so well that he can't even gain his super. Has he even got one super in 50 seconds? I can't remember. Yeah, it's looking rough for the Shade. It's looking rough. Okay, Chaos. They're just going to wait to the last seconds, I believe, here. Like, we're trying to get Lenane his super. Does actually get taken down here from Meow. Good snipe from Chaos in the end to get that trade. And still, they can get... So they can't even get Jero. Like, they need 2 kills, and they need Naui for that blue, essentially. Well, we could get Meow as well, but you know what I mean. They need 2 kills here at the end, and for all of them to survive. It's not looking good for them. Lenane... Oh, we wasted his super as well. Yeah, it's rough with Shade. Like, Shade's got such a broken hypercharge, but it's still hard for him to cycle his supers in the right match, and if the enemies play well enough. So Gerald pops hypercharge pretty early here, but I just don't think there's any way that Heretics can even make a comeback in this situation. It's not looking good. I don't even think this is like the biggest outdraft in the world, if that makes sense. I don't think it's like some disgusting, disgraceful outdraft, but I just think it's too hard for Shade to find his moments. I think Heretics just didn't stay in the lead for long enough. Like, they can get that blue star really easily, and they can just, well, not sit back because they've got 2 aggressive brawlers. We always need to stay on the aggressive. So see here, they literally just go for the blue star this time around. I feel like they tried something different with that strategy at the start. It didn't really work out to effect. So yeah, maybe they thought that Jero was going to use flying hook, so they thought to try and just try something a bit different. So this time around, you can see a lot more passive. But this probably still favors FUT because they can build up their supers from range. And yeah, just wait till end game and get a late kill. So this is pretty boring. Nothing is really happening here, is it? It's late cake, it's bounty. A lot of the action happens at the end of the game. So Jero, he's staying in an advanced position here. Even when he's a little bit weak, he knows that with a fire gadget, he can at least get a trade, and that would still be a good trade, I believe, because of the blue stars. So he doesn't mind keeping the aggression, and Jero on the call is always really, really good. So just get some good connections onto Kaze here. Fire gadget onto RT as well. That's 2 members weak from Heretics, so a lot of pressure is going to be coming in from FUT. Their gadget coming down onto Zara as well. They know that this is their chance to try and gain their lead. Zara's doing a good job of staying alive, but there's not much that Lenane can really do to help his teammates. It's very limited in range when you think about it. All of FUT's composition, there's just so much pinching that can happen, and every brawler has range. Every brawler, like 2 brawlers can wall peek or shoot over walls. So it's pretty hard for Heretics to defend themselves at this point. So whether maybe like Shade as a last pick wasn't actually was it last pick or one of the later picks for Heretics was a good choice, I don't really know. So again, like, Lenane just hasn't got super. It's just impossible for him to get super in this situation. I feel like maybe like, yeah, they're gonna go down here. FUT's gonna just get the kills. Maybe like a lane swap would have been better against a Carl. I feel like Shade is pretty good into Carl, so he could get his super, and then Kaze can maybe like catch Mr. P out by surprise. I don't know. I think the strategy was a bit weak there, and I just didn't really like the Shade pick. It didn't really get any value whatsoever. So really good reverse sweep from FUT. Fully deserved, and that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was a banger match, to be fair. I don't think there was any like clear outplays. I don't think there was any like disgraceful drafting decisions either. I just think it was a very good game. It was a very good game. And yeah, that's just plain and simple. So I'm happy for FUT. Definitely need to make improvements throughout the year, though, especially going into World Finals. But they're being slept on a little bit here, I feel like. But anyways, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.